Hi everybody, it's Ray at New Raycom, and today I want to talk about change. Do you like change? Are you comfortable with it? Because if you are, you definitely are a minority. Most of the challenges I've had as a business manager has been managing change, and I'm always amazed at how resistant people are. And I'm not talking about big stuff like moving your office or putting a new contact management system in, that kind of thing. I'm just talking about, just change, whether it's painting the walls, moving desks around. So I can well imagine how frustrating and how fearful business managers can be when someone approaches them and says, you've got to get on social media, which is a big change bag, right? I mean, everything about social media just screams change. And so there's a few ways that I sort of approach that, and I'm just going to share a couple of those just with you, because actually I want to do a series of blogs maybe on it, because I'm finding that not only in social media but in all aspects of your life, managing change is something that you're always going to come across. For instance, I love change. I just love it. I'm stimulated by it, and unfortunately it's probably one of the reasons that I have this focused issue, because every time something new happens, like G plus. I just want to get in there and I want to dive in there and move on to the next thing. But I gotta start to pull myself back, because, hey, at least get it together with what you already have, and then move on. Focus, right? So anyway, I love change. I love to repaint the house or change my desk around. I like that. My partner, on the other hand, goes apeshit when Microsoft updates, or there's a new way of doing something on the computer that he's not in control of. Yeah, so we all know people like that. And so anyway, my strategy for dealing with that, and it's going to be an outline strategy, so I don't want to go into a big blog about it now, but there's three things that I think they're important. One is to be empathetic, to put yourself in that person's shoes, figure out why change is so scary. For instance, if you're in a restaurant and you talk to a manager about social media, okay, well, ask him what his day is like. Like, what is your typical work day? Because if he doesn't have time barely to get through all of his tasks, that's going to inform you on what you're going to suggest that he do. The next thing, of course, is communication, and communicating it very clearly. And don't bombard them with all the world full of social media knowledge that because you're just kind of squeezing it into the head of a needle, because it's too much. Most people, the great majority of people, don't know as much as you do about social media. So pull back again and then listen. I mean, that's the important thing. Listen, and try to figure out where they're coming from before you just bombard them with information. And the last thing is participation. I mean, they have to be willing participants in the whole process of change, and you have to try to coax them to be that. Because, for instance, if a restaurant manager has never been on Facebook or doesn't have a Twitter account, doesn't really know what it is, other than the fact that all the competitors are there and he wants to get there, that is going to be a huge learning curve for him. So you're not going to start off by saying, yeah, you got to blog 3 times a week and you got to link this to this and synchronize this to this. I mean, it's not going to happen. Try to find some bite-sized things they can do. Learn something, and I would suggest Twitter. I mean, because Twitter, it's kind of instant gratification, really. I mean, once you get, with coaching, once you figure out who to follow and how that works and the kind of information that you want to share, and that the fact that they can listen on what's happening with the competitors, I think that's an incentive, and then they'll get used to that platform, and by getting used to that platform, they're going to be exposed to all the other ones, because everything feeds into Twitter. So I would start with that, but it's important for them to participate, because really, if they can't, wow, I don't think it's going to be successful. You can't do social media unless you participate. So that's it. That's my video blog for today. It's just about change, and as I say, I want to do some more follow-up on this, because I think it's a huge topic and certainly something that needs a little more time and exposition. So thanks for dropping by. Have a great weekend, everybody, and see you soon. Bye-bye.